Western countries united behind the UK last night as Germany and the US agreed to send dozens of tanks to Ukraine. In a late-night address, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy called it an historic day. So Russian expert and political commentator Danny Armstrong joins me in the studio now. Was it an historic day, do you think, Danny?
Whether it's an historic day...
Zelenskyy?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, the one thing that stuck out to me reading his address was the fact that he said that we don't need a few, we don't need a dozen of these tanks, we need more. And, of course, that seems to be his tagline, that there is this never-ending kind of box or this never-ending delivery of arms, of tanks, of anti-aircraft missiles that he seems to want to tap into from the West. Now, that isn't to say that I don't agree that the West should be funding Ukraine and should be sending arms over to them. It just seems to be that, especially in the West as well, with people like James Cleverly saying that this sends a message to Vladimir Putin, sending tanks over. Joe Biden, the US president, eventually sent 31 Abrams tanks over. That was a full battalion. But, of course, it hasn't been enough. It hasn't matched up to Zelenskyy's wishes and Zelenskyy's needs. And, of course, it's going to take weeks and weeks, and if not months, to train soldiers to use this type of weaponry.
So we're coming up to a year, aren't we? Is it 23rd of Feb, is it?
24th of February, yeah.
24th of Feb, that will be a year. Now, when we went into this, when I say we, I mean the West, I mean UK, when we started to drip feed the money, I think we're on 2.5 billion so far. I think, have we committed another 2.5 billion? Yeah,
well, the UK has pledged another 2.3 billion to match what they gave in 2022. Now, I think people, especially people in the US, this goes for doubly so, are kind of getting to the stage where they're wanting to see a return on that investment, and they're wondering what they get. And what they get is perhaps a weakening of the Russian army, a weakening of perhaps the Russian government and Putin's popularity in the country. For the UK, having pledged 2.3 billion last year and 2.3 billion this year, people are in a cost of living crisis, people in the NHS are striking, there's a homelessness crisis. People are wondering if that money can be spent better at home. Now, the NHS's commissioning budget is 153 billion. Now, if we added that money to the commissioning budget, it would be 155 billion. So it doesn't really make too much of a difference, but there is a lot that money could do.